Mark Raymundi from MMAfighting.com at UFC 235 press conference in Las Vegas with UFC light heavyweight champion Jon Jones. Jon, the last time we saw you, you were in dress clothes. You were sitting in a Nevada Athletic Commission hearing. It took 3 hours. What were your thoughts during this hearing where a lot of things were going over most people's heads, watching at home? What were your thoughts?
I was actually really proud of myself for being able to keep up with what was going on. 4 hours almost of just listening to scientists talk, nerd stuff. Really, it was cool. Very educational, and I was just glad for it to be over. I'm glad to be granted my license, and I'm grateful to be getting drug tested by so many drug testing agencies. I think what it shows is that I have nothing to hide, and that I'm trying to get to the bottom of exactly how this is working in my body and what's going on. Just like everybody else is trying to get their head around it. Most important thing to know for the fans at home is that this picogram situation, it gives me zero performance enhancing benefits. That's something that some of the most brilliant scientists in the world has been able to prove, and so considering it gives me no benefits, and let's keep working.
At any point in time during that very long and sometimes mundane hearing, did you think to yourself, like, am I not going to get a license? Is something going to go wrong here?
At one point, I thought, man, my lawyer said, John, you're definitely gonna get your license today. No stress, just gotta show up, and we're gonna be all right, And so around the midway point, I was kind of thinking, man, are you sure about this? It sounded like they weren't too sure if they wanted to give it back, but they did, and I'm extremely grateful.
One of the things that I think one of the commissioners says that you're almost a test case for this because it's happened so rarely and the science is so new that you're one of the most high profile, if not the most high profile person going through this. Of all the things that you've accomplished in your career, you probably didn't expect to be making history in this other way as well, did you?
No, I didn't. I didn't. But I don't mind being the guy in the forefront. Like when it comes to all this stuff, I really don't. Originally, it sucked when everyone just thought that I had taken steroids. It sucked a lot. But now, through all the science, people are realizing um, that this was unintentional and it doesn't help me whatsoever. And yeah, I don't know. I'm sorry. I'm like really sick right now. I don't really feel good at all.
Is everything all right?
I'm not even sure what I'm saying right now. I'm just like blah 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 blah.
Couple last things. Anthony Smith is a guy that many people feel like he kind of came out of nowhere. He was a middleweight, now he's a 205. He's won a bunch in a row. When did he first come onto your radar as someone that you thought you could possibly face one day?
Mainly like his last two fights was when I started noticing who he was. I never even knew who he was, a few months ago. But I do respect him. I respect him tremendously. I respect every fighter. Last time I looked past the fighter, I almost lost to Alexander Gustafsson, and I promised myself I'll never do that again. So yeah, we're up for the fight for sure.
Last two things. Dana White said, I think it was earlier this week, that time for a Daniel Cormier, Jon Jones third fight is now. It's going to happen. What are your thoughts on that?
He said that?
He did on ESPN.
Did he? Well, bring out the checkbook, Dana. Let's make it happen. I'll definitely do it for the right number. I'll definitely do it.
205 though.
At 205, it's like a no-brainer that I'll do it. I mean, I'm there to fight the next best guy, but to fight at heavyweight, I think it would take some serious convincing.
Last thing, Jon, you've talked about picograms. I want to ask you about Aaron Pico. I'm not sure if you followed him at all, but he's probably the most hyped prospect in MMA since you, and he's having some hard times as a younger fighter. Any advice? He's gotten knocked out, I guess, or finished in two of his first 6 fights. Any advice for him? Maybe he's going too fast, too quickly?
He's not in the UFC, is he?
He's in Bellator.
Yeah, I'm familiar. He's the guy with the left hook to the body, right? He body shots people. I just saw the highlight of him being knocked out, and my advice to him would be to keep your head up and keep your head up, really. Come back to the drawing board, just come back better, Obviously, what it looks like he wasn't outclassed, it just looked like he was caught. So keep your confidence in the right place, because obviously you're on the right track, and come back even better.
Hard being the young guy who hypes, right?
Oh, being a young guy with hype, yeah, it's a lot to deal with for sure. But make the hype legit. That's it. I had a lot of hype when I first came out, and it's not hype anymore. It's real. So just be who you are, man. If people see greatness in you, then continue being great, and make it not hype. Make it real.
Thanks, John. Feel better, man.
Oh, man.
Appreciate it.
So what's your connection with